Friends, I am Bîrûnî. My full name is Abu Rayhan Muhammad bin Ahmed al-Bîrûnî. In the West, they know me as al-Bîrûnî or Ali Boron. I was born in 973 in the Khwarezm region in Central Asia, now called Uzbekistan. I have studied astronomy, mathematics, natural sciences, geography and history, who left his mark on the era I live in with my knowledge and shed light with my discoveries. This period is also called Bîrûnî age. When my father died at a young age, my mother tried to make a living by selling wood. Growing up without a father was not easy. I missed my father greatly. However, my mother worked in difficult conditions to take care of us. I had to support her. I have never lost my faith and hope. I knew that all these experiences were a test, and as long as I did not stop trying, I would pass this test in the best way possible. When I reached the age of education, I was noticed by the rulers of the Khwarezm Shah's estate, probably because I was attracted attention with my intelligence. I studied mathematics and astronomy under the protection of the palace. My teacher was Abu Nasr Mansur, the distinguished astronomer and mathematician of the time. He taught me Euclidean geometry and Ptolemaic astronomy. I wrote my first book, Asarul Bakir, when I was 17. My interest in an ancient Greek civilization and language led me to study scientists such as Aristotle, Archimedes and Democritus. When the Khwarezm Shahs were destroyed by the Ghaznavid, I continued my studies with the support of Ghaznavid ruler, Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni. He took me with him on expeditions to India. Mahmud of Ghazni, who valued and respected my intelligence, used to say to me, "Bîrûnî is the most valuable treasure of our palace." Here, I continued my scientific studies. I studied the life and culture of Indian society by learning Sanskrit. Besides Sanskrit, I could speak and write in many other languages such as Arabic, Persian, Hebrew, Greek, Syriac and Chinese very well. I studied and produced studies in about 30 disciplines such as mathematics, astronomy, geometry, physics, chemistry, medicine, pharmacy, history, geography, philology, ethnology, geology, history of religion and sets. The reason for my close interest in natural sciences was to know more about the structure and the order of the universe. I have referred to the verses of the Quran many times in my works. I aimed to interpret the verses in terms of various sciences. In this way, my faith increased along with my knowledge. I was a math genius. I was one of the greatest mathematicians of my century. I was the pioneer of many mathematical theories. I added new functions to functions such as sine and cosine. These systems were discovered and used by the Western world only 2 centuries later. I was the first to propose that the radius could be considered as a unit in trigonometric functions. I was the first scientist to accurately measure the diameter of the Earth. Centuries before Newton, I revealed that Earth is round, that it rotates, and that there is gravity. I wanted to discover the secrets of the space and our world. I studied the movements of the moon, the sun and the earth, and the solar eclipse. I obtained results consistent with the contemporary determinations to be made later. Among the most prominent ones of my work in the field of astronomy, my work named El Kanunul Masudi, which I presented to Sultan Masud in 1030, is the first. In this work, I discussed the views of Aristotle and Ptolemy and defended the possibility of the world rotating on its own axis should be emphasized. I am also the first to articulate the theory of the northward shift of the land. I worked on the calculation of latitude and longitude and tried to reduce the margin of error. In my work, Nihayatul Emakin, The End of Spaces, I wrote my studies in the fields of geography, geology and geodesy. I worked on crystals and liquids and wrote my book Kitabul Jamahir fi Marifatil Jawahir on the properties of substances. I also produced many works in the field of medicine. I am the first person in the world who managed to give birth by caesarean section. I worked in the field of botany and pharmacology. In my last book, Kitabus Saidene, which I wrote in 1050 on herbs and certain medicines, I explained what about 3,000 herbs were used for and how they were used. I have also indicated the Arabic, Persian, Greek, Sanskrit and Turkish names of plants used in medicine. It was very difficult to lose my father when I was a little boy, but I didn't let that get in the way of my perseverance to work. I kept reading and researching. I was driven to explore the unknown. Your life may not always be going well either. You may have to deal with difficulties. I will say that, don't give up. There's a system in the universe that works flawlessly. Think about the secrets of perfection. Never stop wondering. There are countless unknown things in the universe waiting to be discovered. Perhaps you can be the discoverer of one. The road to success goes through many failed attempts. Keep moving forward on your path without giving up. Always be close to science. Science will open your horizons and encourage you to learn more and do useful work. It will open the doors of tolerance, love, and understanding.